what will the net impact be on the travel environment? And think about the economy that's associated with that, everything from hotels, obviously the automotive industry and fuel industry itself, but consumption in general around the world, hugely impacted by people's decision either to travel less, to travel in a different vehicle, take a look at the Ford news today, or to travel a shorter distance. Joining us, a couple of folks with some insight on the subject: Tom Parsons, founder and CEO of bestfares.com, Troy Green, public relations manager at AAA, and Vince Farrell. Vince, we're both really talking about it in our own ways at the top of this show. It'll take a long time, or a few years perhaps, to get some real alternative energies, but people's behavior has already started to change.
I think so, Dylan. We reported March vehicle miles driven were down 4%. There's another thing. MasterCharge charges on gas are down 6% versus a year ago. Now, the first thing you do is you downgrade octane, probably. But then the reason people are going to start to react quite dramatically now is because the change in oil has been so quick this year, up 38% just this year alone. It's a shock, and people start to react to that shock, and you're starting to see it now big time. People will double up. 73% of people that drive to work do so alone. That'll change. And Trish mentioned before that mass transit ridership is up significantly. So that's the initial way you could save.
Yeah, and Troy, I want to talk to you about not just the distances traveled, Troy, of course, from AAA, but also how quickly we're going to see people roll from large cars to smaller ones. The Ford news, just startling, 14% truck sales in 07. It's only May of 08, and they're running at a 9% rate for the reasons that Vince just described. How quickly do you think we'll see folks meaningfully alter the nature of the cars that we drive in America?
Well, it really all depends upon their individual situation. Of course, when you're looking at gasoline prices today, the national average is $3.87 a gallon. That's up 4 cents just over one night ago, and then 7 cents over the last 2 nights. So certainly Americans are going to try to find ways in which they can save money at the pump, and one of those ways is trying to buy a more fuel-efficient vehicle.
Yeah, it's Tom Parsons, bestfares.com. The name of your company says it all. The question is, compared to what the best fare used to, pick your favorite examples. I don't know what the most popular routes are that you want to cite, but give me a sense of what the best fare was a year ago or 6 months ago between San Francisco and L.A. or New York and wherever you want to do it, and what the best fare likely will be for that same type of route this summer.
People have been hit the hardest are those people who live in non-competitive markets. Today, United Airlines raised again $60 coast to coast on flights over 1,500 miles. Since December 20th, if you lived in Fresno or were trying to go to Newark, your airfare has now jumped $340 above what it was just 5 months ago.
So what was it? What is it now?
Over 1,012 something. That's for leisure. That's not even a business traveler fare. Cleveland to Key West is over $1,000. But even on the low-cost routes like Dallas to Las Vegas, last summer it was $198. Today it's $378, almost double. There are still pockets of good deals, but you're going to have to look. You're going to have to probably beg, bar, and steal. And I'd probably say June is right now filling up very, very fast. Yeah. So if you look at June, look at July, look at August, and if you can travel in those 3 months, I think you'll find airfares in the middle of late July and early August about $100 cheaper than June travel right now.
Got it. Vince, real quick, that type of an impact, we talk about the heating bill, we talk about all these other things. When commercial air travel suddenly becomes an expensive luxury as opposed to an affordable, sort of easily accessible item, how does that affect the economy?
Oh, big time, because the resort areas that Tom's just referring to are going to see much fewer people. So the rising price of gas, we can accommodate in some way on our daily life. But one of the ways you do that is you cut back on going places, and that's big time. I think that some people that do such things say oil where it is right now, all in, is going to reduce 2009 GDP by 1 percentage point versus from what it would have been at the beginning of the year. That's a huge impact, Dylan.
All right. Vince, we'll keep you. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.